Welcome back to a room of therapy. I'm coming to you today with another collective general message. I want to say thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to my subscribers. Please like, subscribe, or share the video so that the channel can grow. I would truly appreciate it. I'm just going to ask Spirit for clear, concise messages, transparency, and thank you to our angel guides, our ancestors. I'm not hesitating. I'm just wondering if I feel like there's something specific somebody wants to know. I'm kind of trying to let that come through. Always clarity on a situation. But next steps. I feel like the energy is a lot of us know what in our past or past life, inspiration, a way forward has kind of led us to where we are. We get stuck in trying to figure out what to do next or what to do while we're waiting. Okay, so first card on the deck is the Queen of Wands. That is somebody who is ready to lead with action, who has found new inspiration, who is willing to allow something that appears to be very small to grow and develop. Being followed by the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is realizing that although the passionate energy is there, you cannot rush through to success, but carefully planning and investing your time into your different endeavors will get you there. Okay. You got the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So this is an energy of you might not feel like you're being rewarded or that the world sees you as successful, but you know within, you can tell by your surroundings and your environment that you have been on a path that has grown you and is making you more secure and self-sufficient and responsible and successful within your own right. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, you could just still feel like people don't take you serious, or that people don't necessarily believe in the energy. Oh, this is a lot. I didn't want this many. I'm gonna go with them, and we're just gonna see if anything clarifying the Six of Wands come out. All right, so we got the Six of Pentacles upright, the Moon in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse. Oh, okay, I'm with it. All right, so here with the Three of Cups coming under the Six of Wands in reverse, there's a group of people that don't want you to think that you're successful, that don't want you to believe in what you're doing, so they might not support you publicly. This is the Six of Wands is about public recognition. So you have a group of people who go out of their way to not support you publicly. These are people who support you in private but don't want to support you in public. They may have their own identity issue with what it is you're talking about. You know how you could be like a new form of knowledge or a new subject has kind of, come into play. And so people are like with tarot. Like I know people who not necessarily with tarot, but they'll come to me for a tarot reading because they're looking to find comfort within that. So it's hard for them to support you in public because they themselves aren't sure and haven't been supported by the people that's around them when it comes time to opening up themselves to new information. We got the Moon in reverse, so this is talking about things that were hidden coming to light. With the Six of Pentacles under the Queen of Wands, this is learning about the equal give and take with the universe. This is taking something small like, and when I say small like religion, I don't mean religion is small. I mean religion is normally just a one path forward type of situation. But this is understanding and being open into and developing your understanding of what spirituality is. This is learning about give and take between the universe. But there are still people who aren't where you are with that understanding. There may even be a lover who, because this is about balance and duality also, but there could be a lover in the situation who has had their truth turned upside down. Somebody interrupted my video. Okay, I'm gonna call you back. Who's had their truth turned upside down, and now they're coming out of a place of, because see, the Hangman is about waiting. It's about taking your time to understand what's going on. This is about somebody who's come out of a place of darkness and been faced with a lack of support, but also somebody who wants to understand, again, the balance. We got 6-6 here. Somebody who wants to understand, who is finally identifying that there is balance between give and take. This is somebody who may be looking for more balanced relationships. It could be intimate, of course. I did ask for some clarifiers on the 6 of Wands in reverse. And so you got the Empress, you got the Page of Swords in reverse, and the 5 of Swords. So this is somebody who has come out of this almost like a mental prison of, you know, study, and almost like the information that you're studying, you don't even get a chance to put it into play because you're just in your head about it. You got your new information, you're studying it and you're working it, but you're not putting that out there. And so it's hard for you to see if what you're doing is actually working. But then with the Empress here, this is somebody who is deciding to birth, again, like with the Queen of Wands, taking the opportunity to use what you've learned and to create something new. And it's going to lead you to a level of success where you'll be able to come out of your head about it. You'll no longer have to be in your head overthinking, over processing, trying to make only logical decisions, and you'll be able to give and receive on a secure level emotionally without the support of others in order to develop more duality within your relationships, more duality within yourself, more balance within yourself. This is also about establishing healthy boundaries with people who you may not have known in the past didn't have your best interest at heart. So this is not about it being intentional. They probably just didn't know either. The Moon upright is about, you know, things being hidden, but in the reverse, we're tapping into what we know now and wanting to bring that information to light. The Hangman is no longer, the Hangman is in reverse because you're no longer sitting again with the information, you're developing it now and being willing to speak on it. Let's clarify the Hangman in reverse though. Actually, no, let's clarify the Lovers. There is clearly a deep desire for community here, for support. But a lot of times, you know, when we learn new things, things that challenge tradition, things that challenge our mindset and conditions, it's a role that you're going to take alone. You know, everybody's not going to be able to emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually just jump out there with you because you've learned and decided to birth something new for yourself, for others. Okay, and I wanted to clarify the Lovers. So we got the King of Wands, the 3 of Wands in reverse, and the 2 of Swords. All right, so this is somebody who again has learned these things and are trying to figure out a passionate route forward to explore the new information within intimate partnerships. You know, the King of Wands can come off as like a very toxic king, somebody who leads with their peen, all right? But they realize that that is no longer something that they look forward to doing. So they don't really know how to move in another way because they're so used to being able to, you know, sex their way through or play their way through. It can be a lot of games with the King of Wands, very sexual energy, very much, you know, with the Lion card, they're tamed within themselves, but there's still a sense of wild about, or carelessness. Carelessness is a better word, about how they move forward, right? But now that they have this new information, they no longer are waiting for the variety in which they've been able to have in the past. They know they're no longer looking forward to that, but then they don't necessarily know how to move outside of that space, because this is given a past energy of somebody that can just kind of sit and wait for things to come to them. The Three of Wands is about your ships coming in, but they're no longer in this energy of wanting to wait for things to come to them. And with this Hangman here, they're and the Two of Swords, they're trying to figure out how to move forward outside of that, how to go after what they want, instead of just letting whatever comes to them come to them, and they just kind of do, you know, they kind of treat everything according to how they're going to treat it in a minute. But they don't want to do that no more. They want to go forward in search of what they want, but there's a bit of a stalemate here because this is new for them. And if you think about this Three of Cups, this is sometimes when we don't have support from the people around us, it's because they simply don't know. It's not always intentional. It's not always somebody out to get you. This doesn't feel like somebody is out to get you, because I don't see the Devil card or the death where something just has to die and be reborn. This is literally, this is more like transitioning once you get new information. You know, the Empress is a transitional card. You're talking about birthing new things. The Queen of Wands is a transitional card. You're talking about starting new creative projects. The Seven of Pentacles is about transitioning your investments into something fruitful. Nine of Pentacles, these are all results of getting out of something that what you've put in it. But here, this is somebody who didn't take control over this area of their life. They just let things happen, and there was nobody around them to teach them any different, to give an example of difference. Okay, somebody who could lead by example. And so, ooh, if the Emperor came out, I think this is somebody who realizes they may have just become the example. And it can be tough realizing that, because you're like, well, I don't have that experience either. Nobody showed me. Oh, I got a card flipped over in the deck. We're going to pull that out. Okay. And it's looking like it's the Eight of Swords in reverse. You know, it's identifying, not only did nobody show you how to have a balanced, intimate relationship, with healthy boundaries and healthy communication without losing yourself or becoming codependent. And so with the Eight of Swords in reverse, I think what this person realizes is the first step is to stop identifying themselves based on other people's perceptions, to be able to look at themselves and see what's actually there and not what people tell them is there or should be there. This is somebody waking up to, because in a healthy manner, oh shit. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Okay. And Empress. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is somebody who is waking up to their creative power. They're beginning to understand that even in sex, there is a creative energy, and that it shouldn't just be thrown around. Okay. You cannot just You can just have sex with anybody, but when you're a King of Wands and you have a lot of passion and a lot of creativity. So these are your fire signs, your Sag, your Leo, your Aries, right? When you realize that, then you start to understand that your sexual energy is extremely powerful also. So you become more mindful of how just spreading your sexual energy all over the place has maybe led you to some illusions about yourself, or illusions that other people created but that you went on and supported about yourself. But I got a feeling this person is wanting to, oh, the devil. Okay, so it's still the same. See all the strings, see all the illusions. This is somebody controlling, somebody manipulative, somebody impulsive, somebody compulsive, right? You got strings wrapped up around, these are all people whose mind has been contaminated, is the word. Like they never had a shot to really see this because they didn't know. And they almost became compulsive about this energy because they think they have control. They thought being this King of Wands gave them control, but it didn't. That's why whatever ship they thought would come in as a result of these actions, it hasn't. Because they've been blinded to the truth of who they are. Now, this could be something as simple as, listening to your friends and family tell you about yourself or tell you how you should be. It could be generational curses. It could be conditions. It could be something somebody, it could be something, that somebody did on purpose, which would explain the moon in reverse, those type things, or people around you and their version of how you should be coming to the light, and you realizing that they never truly supported who you are. They may not have even known who you are, because again, if we haven't seen the example of a true love, balanced love in front of us, then when we try to become that, people will shut it down because they don't recognize it. And especially if we talking like elders, parents, grandparents, aunt, uncles, things like that, like, they don't want to listen to the youth, or to help the youth identify that truth, because if they don't have it, they don't know it exists, because they have never seen it. So this could definitely be, I don't have my Six of Cups out here, which is my generational card, but this could definitely be, again, a person finally identifying what has held them back. And it could have been control issues, or a person that's been able to control people with their pain. Oh my God, y'all, come on, men and women, because y'all could clack, clack. You feel me? This is somebody who's been trying to control this outcome. It's like they wanted the lovers, they wanted the balanced love, they wanted somebody who they could identify on a spiritual level, on a with chemistry and passion and all of that, but they've over controlled it, and it's almost made them compulsive because they didn't know the truth. These are two cards of simply not knowing the truth. Okay, they didn't know, but I feel like they know now. They've identified their ways, because this Queen of Wands, bro, this Queen of Wands has been on a passionate journey herself, and been nurturing and investing in her own understanding of what it's like to overthink, right? And she decided that she was no longer going to let what other people thought of her, or how other people thought she should move. She wasn't going to battle with them. She wasn't going to try to outthink them, and she wasn't looking for anybody to congratulate her. She just decided that she was enough. and that the things that she had been investing in, the knowledge, the spirituality, financially, physically, all of her investments have allowed her to birth something new. So now, without anybody, she can look at what her investments have done for her, right? With this Ace of Swords in reverse, I think she's realizing that others don't know the truth about this give and take with the universe. That's what this is. What she learned here and what she's been working on is her understanding of what give and take with the universe has done for her. The Nine of Pentacles is like, look at what I've done. The Owl is all about intuition. So again, her connection to the universe has her a garden that is full. Look at her herbs. Look at everything growing and hanging and is plentiful. And this is due to her connection with the universe, right? What she learned, what she realized after this road for her is that a lot of people don't have a clue about what actually is being given and taken with regards to our relationship with the universe. So once this information comes out, this turns some shit upside down for some people. There are people who flat out don't see it, don't believe it, don't want to hear it, none of that. But then here comes this Lovers. There's a connection here where everything I just said about this group of cards has now come up against this group of cards. This truth, this journey, this investment, right, has gotten this person here. But this truth and this investment has gotten this person here. And I think this person recognizes it. I think this person recognizes the error of their ways and how they may have been controlling, but also where they have been being controlled. It could have even been this group of people here who has controlled this masculine energy so much to where, because our energy is 22 on the clock. Our energy, it's all transferred, bro. So if you got 3 people that are trying to control you, you're going to, if you're not careful or mindful and you don't know no better, you're going to go forward trying to control other people. And this King of Wands would never try to control a person's heart. So with the Three of Cups, the cups is hearts. Those are emotions. Those are your feelings, right? So you got a group of people that may have tried to control this King of Wands feelings, right? And it may have worked, but this King of Wands is not trying to control anybody's feelings, but they will try to control your actions. And if they're not careful, they'll use their sex to control you. Because they're not necessarily trying to manipulate the situation, but if you come to them, this is what they think they have to offer that allows them to maintain a sense of self-control also. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's keep going. Let's clarify the Hangman. I love this reading, though, because this is about, that Empress is given a whole new world. What she's doing is something that she wants to affect the world, and it's affecting this King of Wands here. And I don't even think that was like the plan. She simply realized that what she had was worth sharing with the world, and how the world wasn't necessarily ready for the truth about the actual relationship between us and the divine. And it has affected people in ways that she might not even know. You see the Ace of Swords, the eyes are closed. The Empress, the eyes are closed. The Seven of Pentacles, the eyes are closed. The Five of Swords, the eyes are closed. She's tapped in most of the time. So she's not looking for her actions to affect other people, which means she's not in her ego. She's not doing these things so that other people's lives can be turned upside down. That's not why she's doing it, but that's what's happening. Other people's truths, or what they thought were truths, all of that is being turned upside down. And this is affecting one particular person within this reading. This is how it's affecting them. They've been illuminated to their ways. illuminated to how being controlled by others has made them controlling. Control freak is what just came to my mind. All right, so we asked for clarity on the Hangman, and these cards, I'm gonna make sure nothing else flipped over in the deck, because 2 of them flipped over in the deck while I was shuffling. Make sure that's it. Okay, so we got the Hangman. Can you see? Move these over a little bit. We got the Hangman clarified by the Star, and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So this I feel like this Hangman is, I feel like this is part of this story right here, right? So the Hangman not only sees this person as a guiding light here, but they also see themselves now, probably for the first time ever, as being able to have their own connection with the divine. You know, the 9 of Cups upright talks about winning, but it also talks about a person that's smug and maybe a little arrogant, somebody who you can't really tell nothing to because they just so sure they got all this love, they got all this stuff behind them that shows that they are loved. But in reverse, I think this is somebody who realizes that the material things that they had don't really hold as much value as they were giving them. They were putting too much value on material things and not enough value on what really matters. You know, and this is not saying that this person doesn't value material things anymore. They're just reprioritizing. And I feel like their spirituality is moving up on the priority list. I don't actually need any more cards from this deck. I'm just going to see if anything else will black out. Okay. This is somebody who is awakening to... Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. We got the Hermit. Yeah, this is somebody who has went within. We also got 999 here, which is the Hermit. So that's the overall energy here. Somebody is reflecting and they're contemplating. This person may have withdrawn. You might feel like this person, if this is your energy, you might feel like this person has withdrawn from you, but it's a lot to take in. The Hermit is the 9 card, but 999 is also the card of the Hermit. It's Virgo energy. So this person is going over the details and isolating themselves with all of this new information, right? All of this. The woman, the lack of support, the lack of clarity, what a relationship with the divine is actually supposed to be like. Not what we've been taught, not what we've been told. It's a lot, and their world has been turned upside down by it. And they're trying to decide, again, how to move forward with this new information. But, you know, I think the Hermit card, it's a very good card because now they have all the information, or they have way more information than they had. On the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups in reverse. So this is them understanding that their, their way of moving in love was superficial. Their way of handling, you know, their relationships was immature. The Page of Cups can be saw as somebody immature, somebody kind of in love with the idea of being in love, somebody that's not really put in the work to develop love. They haven't put in the work. It's almost like they may not even know true love if it's smacked them in the face type vibe. Okay, this is our Page of Cups. See how he's kind of like, la-da-da. Love looks like this. Love is money. Love is, you know, something that I can have fun in. He's not really sat down and taken the time or been given the example. right? So he's in reverse. He's in reverse. All right, let me move on to the second tarot deck. So this, you know, this feels like a love reading, but I don't feel like it's necessarily about a relationship. This is literally somebody who came into somebody's world, brought with them spiritual gifts, spiritual knowledge, spiritual understanding, and a vision of security. And it has turned some things upside down because this person thought they knew. They thought they knew. But it doesn't look like it. Okay. Let me get some clarifying messages for an overall energy. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. Thank you for the clarity and the understanding and the insight. We are grateful. Patience and planning. It's kind of mimicking that Hermit energy. And this idea of how do I move forward now with what I know. Accelerated motion, okay, and emotional loss. So honestly, it was just 31:13 on the clock. Honestly, I think, you know, the patience and planning, it's almost like within this Hermit mode, with this star energy, with this King of Wands, understanding themselves more and being willing to strip away some of the false masks, identity. You know, this is a person that dresses a certain way because they think it's gonna make them look a certain way or feel a certain way. They're kind of coming out of that. And again, this is not to say that they're gonna stop dressing well. They're just gonna dress according to how they see themselves and not how other people see them, or not based on what nobody else is wearing, nothing like that, right? That's just kind of like a surface example of that. But I feel like once this person comes out of the Hermit, once they get done with processing the new information, whatever they want is going to move very quickly. Whatever they decide to do, it's almost like, again, a reward from the universe, because once you really start to understand all the universe is giving you, even when it's just new information, then you will start to see rewards very quickly. You'll start to see things change very quickly. With emotional loss, it could definitely be losing family, friends, positions, different relationships. But I feel like this emotional loss is this person healing after walking away from, you know, it can be very painful to dismember conditions. I thought it was going to be like this because it's always been like this, and this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is my role within the family, and this is how I have to play this. They're gonna feel like they lost a lot when they come back to, you know, I don't want to say reality, because it's not like they're stepping out of reality, but when they come out of Hermit mode, they're going to realize how much room they've cleared out, and it's going to be grief. Okay, they're gonna spend time grieving if they're not already. They could be in Hermit mode grieving. This could all be happening at the same time. I don't necessarily grieve in public. I grieve when I learn different things. And there are very few people that see me grieve, you know. Triumphant success in reverse. Yeah, it's gonna feel like they lost everything. It's gonna feel like they lost everything. I'll pull from one more deck because we're not leaving on no sad, because this is not sad. These are awakenings that are necessary for our evolution. They're awakenings that are necessary for men and women to get back in sync with each other, and for there to not be so much division and destruction and distraction and competition. Okay, so I trust that the universe is going to give me a very positive card to end out on, because that's what I'm on. Okay, we're good. Understanding that losing things, they make room for better things. When you lose something, you get to determine what energy replaces what you walked away from. So I pray that you all are learning how to ask for things according to your highest good, and realizing that while on the route to your highest good, some of the things that you ask for, they're just going to take time. Because if you ask on behalf of your higher good, depending on how you're making your decisions and the moves you're making, it might take a while for you to become the higher version of yourself that's actually able to receive what it is that you're asking for. All right, so we got solar flare activate. So that's, we got 8, 8. Wait, hold on. We got 7, 7, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8. I said 8, 8 already. Okay, solar flare activate. I'm gonna read this one right from the book. I love y'all. The sun's surface is always rolling. A flare can flash brightly on the surface or become a coronal mass ejection, many times the size of the Earth, that shoots out charged particles. When these particles head towards Earth, not only are our electronics disrupted, but also our politics heat up, as well as we question old systems and grow hungry for new answers. It's literally what we're talking about, isn't it? Okay. The volume turns up on all astrological activity. High peaks of solar activity were recorded around the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and during the mid-1960s, a time when people fought the status quo and sought revolutionary change. God is good. Action. Changes in the air. A flare of energy. A flare of energy. Okay. Support your work. The mood is restless, sparky, revolutionary, and curious. People are hungry for change. It's not a time to be quiet, but to be fast on your feet. Accelerated motion. Solar flares magnify their energy on any other card you pull. When the sun is storming, our social and political world activates. Revolutionary change manifests, and trees grow faster in the forest. Aim carefully, because a solar flare brings momentum, not thoughtfulness, that you have to provide. A calm metaphysical perspective. Hermit 999. A calm metaphysical perspective may not be easy, but you can bring that in to create balance and longevity. What you build during a solar flare may be hot and fervent, but not necessarily long-lived. To turn an idea or a love affair into something permanent, like a business plan or a partnership, will take conscious effort. That's literally what I feel like is happening right here, as I feel like this person understands that it's going to be their responsibility to change the tides. Okay. And again, I believe that this person is smart enough to know that once they know something new, that they can work with what they now know. And I think this person is just trying to decide what to do with it. Okay, they're deciding, they're going through the grieving process already. They already realize that they're going to lose some things, some people. Emotional loss can be a sense of security. There could definitely be a sense of loss over some type of security, with the emotional loss card here being with the Nine of Pentacles. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys watch some more of my videos and return for the next video. Again, please like, share, and subscribe so that the channel can grow and these messages can reach more of the collective. There is an energy, like the card said, of change, and in order for us to maximize the potential for what change can actually bring us, especially within our generation, is to not be afraid to share different tools that we are using now in order to get us where we want to be in the future. We're not trying to redo the past. We're not trying to improve upon the past. We're trying to create a world that has never existed, especially in this lifetime. Okay? So I hope you all enjoyed the reading. Again, if it resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to the video, leave a comment. I look forward to engaging with you guys, and I really appreciate all the attention that you pay to my page. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.